Buddy, I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this Q&A overtime stream. Thank you guys for being here on this Tuesday night. Feels weird not doing a football game, seeing as we've done one for the last few days at this point. But figured more relaxed stream here, a chance for me to get to all your questions and take all your requests and all that fun stuff. So I appreciate all you guys being here. My name is JG9. If you have never been to one of these Q&A overtime streams before, how it works is like this. I'm going to put, actually, I'm in a fantasy draft right now. I'm debating who to take on this. Appreciate you guys. How's it going, Allie? How's it going, Nick? How's it going, Vector? I'm going to put, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I got Chase in round one. I'm debating going Higgins and just doubling down. We're going to do that. We're going to go risky. We're going to do that. We're going to double down on that. But I'm going to put time on the clock. Every donation increases the time we're on stream. Once that clock hits 0, that is the end of this stream. Having said that, every donation increases the time we're on stream. I'll do any audio, any video, any chat GPTs, any simulations. We'll do all that fun stuff. And click that link above to join the Pick'em as well. Completely free. I set it up on ESPN. So I set up that link for that. Oh, man. I have no idea what to do with this pick. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, give me a second here. Give me a second. Number one song that day. I'm going to go Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. I'm going Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi. This is a money league, so I'm just trying to make sure I do this right. Because there's a few ways I can go with this. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. Now we'll go Bowers. We'll go Bowers. He's still on the board. We'll do that. Frank be with you, my man. Frank be with you. Appreciate all you guys doing it. Yeah, I'm going to guess Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi on that one. All right. So I had like back-to-back picks. So that was the issue there. But now we're good. Now we are good. Frank be with all of us on this one. Yep, you know the drill. All right, let's start the clock. Again, any audio, video, chat, GPT, anything like that, that is what the stream is here for. I should also note, Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. Oh, man, good song. Good song. Should also note, every donation counts toward you make the call. You got 4 days to decide on this one. We got a few options here. Phillies Brewers is a game we're doing on Wednesday. So the 4 games, we're doing Ole Miss, Kentucky at 3:30, Iowa State, Iowa, Cyhawk at 12, and one of those 4 games at 7:30. Michigan, Oklahoma, ASU, Mississippi State, BC, Michigan State, or UL Monroe against Alabama. You're going to help me to say. I did not, that's it. Ben Messer was 15. I knew it hit number 1 at some point later in the year. Monster saying I got nothing yet. Well, D-backs slurs go real towards ACL, so it's not been a good time to be a D-backs fan right now either. It's been rough. What happened there? Oh, hazing. Oh no, I'm very scared if I click on that hazing suit. Yeah, though I've heard some horror stories with hazing like that. Banfield 21 the AP rankings. Yes, they did. I think they still should be ranked. I don't get the logic of if you're going to have ASU rank or FSU ranked pretty high, it means they beat a pretty good team in Bama. So I don't get the logic of that necessarily, but I'm fine with Bama being 21. I did call FSU at 14. Doing my other fantasy league draft at 7 QB picks right now. Little's the 21st ranked kicker. That's insane. Tucker's ranked higher than him. Yeah, that is absolutely insane. Because obviously he's on that team, and Little is incredible. I think Padres miss. I don't think they miss. If you haven't seen today's video, click below. We talk about Tom Landry and what really was a dumb decision. It really call it a quasi episode of dumb decisions. It's just structured differently, but it basically is a dumb decisions episode. Michael with the 2, appreciate you, man. I will put it to a vote. I'm guessing you want to vote on that one. I think the 6 we have right now in the NL, those 6 we're going to have. I mean, I think right now, I don't think anyone outside is putting up much of a fight. Battlefield said the ranking in 2 weeks. I'm going to say fiction. And then my bro, Can Survive Cancer with Tour. Appreciate you, man. Aubrey's number 1 ranked. That makes sense. I get that. I have no problem with that. Little at 21 below Tucker makes no sense, obviously. because one of them is on a team, and one of them is suspended, or one of them suspended for the first 11 games, and it's not on a team anymore. Appreciate you, Michael. Put it to a vote. Yeah, I did say FSU at 14. I did pretty much predict the top 10 in order. I did pretty much have a good gauge on that. But we're going to react to some no effects. Again, you see what it takes to get into the queue on this one. And if you haven't seen today's video, click that link above. Last night's stream official stats are in the 3rd most watched stream in JG9 history. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Wow, I can't thank you guys enough for that one. If you're here for the first time, this is a very different stream that we do. We do this sometimes, about once a week, just one of these Q&A overtime streams. Looks like it wants a fire to board chance? Yes. It's still pretty close in the poll. Still pretty close. I'm going to leave it open for a little bit. All right. Wait, that's not the right song. Here we go. We're featuring Event Sevenfold. Wait, hang on. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're trying to do the funniest thing they do. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that happened? I don't even know what I would do if that happened. I don't even know what I would do. Right, for Thursday night, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the Cowboys-Eagles game. Football, regular NFL football is back, baby. College football streams do numbers? Yes, they do. I think there's less competition. I think it's part of why. I think that's part of why they do numbers. But I don't know. I don't know exactly why. But the college football streams are doing incredible. They do better than NFL at times. The drumming on this is just insane. Just saw 16th notes. But was estimated by teammates was tribute. Oh, Jesus. Yep, that... Unfortunately, there's always like one of those stories every year with the hazing in high school. It sucks. It's obviously illegal, and obviously everyone should be prosecuted for focusing on the law. It's awful. Don't want to go to the Big Ten game, but you almost have a chance to the funny thing. Well, right now the vote is tied. Right now the vote is tied. Michael donated 4. So we'll call it here. We'll split it down the middle to start. We'll split down the middle to start. We'll split it down. More people do NFL streams, CFP streams are less saturated market. Yeah, the other thing to do with college football is that, well, last night is a bit different because last night there's only one game, but usually the demographic is split in terms of what games people do. DVX game tonight? Yes. Haven't been to one in a month since the surgery in Disney. Because the last homestand I was in Disney, and the homestand before that I was recovering from surgery. One movie 93 had a scene cut out due to hazing. I did not know that. If Nick Saban coach losing effort against Monroe would be fired immediately. I mean, yeah. My first live stream, how do you... I appreciate you, man. How many helmets do I have? I have about 1,000. I think it's more than that at this point. So I have bins on top of bins on top of bins. And this is the first live stream, so basically, these live streams are very laid back. These are just people request stuff, and they donate to request stuff. Obviously, game streams are a lot different. So I stream every night, and most of the time we're doing game streams. So this is a very much just a Q&A, very relaxed stream compared to when I do play-by-play on games. Tomorrow I'm doing Phillies Brewers at night. But I have about 1,000 helmets. So the back here, you can only see like 60 of them right now. But I do have like tons of bins. My closet, it's a walk-in closet. It's just nothing but bins on top of bins of helmets. And I flip them out based on the games. So based on the games that take place, like Cowboys-Eagles, I'm going to just have all the Cowboys and Eagles helmets behind me. So Joe Electronica, don't know a whole lot about him. After rooting against them, I completely am with you on that one. Reaction Belichick to last night. It went well. You know, I thought he did a very good job coaching. I thought Belichick did great. I give it an A+. No, I was shocked. Not that they lost. Not that they lost the game. Seriously, I couldn't even tell there was Event Sevenfold in that one. Couldn't even tell on that cover. But what shocked me was just how bad they were defensively. I didn't see that coming. I did not see how bad they were defensively coming. Like, I could understand how bad they were offensively. Now, granted, I think the coaching offensively was terrible. There was no motion. There was no movement whatsoever. Everything was up the middle. You go 2 hours without having a quarterback complete a pass. Why not give him anything easy like screens or slants? Why are you going so far down the field, no motion, no creativity whatsoever? Having said that, defensively, I was shocked by how bad they were. Because Belichick was a good defensive coordinator at Washington. Obviously, Bill Belichick's a defensive mastermind, maybe one of the best defensive coaches to ever do it. The fact that they just looked unprepared and were missing tackles and the fundamentals, you never see that with a Belichick team. Belichick teams, say you want about Belichick teams, but fundamentals, they always got those down, and they didn't get that down. Who hired the OC? Belichick. Belichick hired everyone. Belichick has complete control over everything. All right, next up, this Snow Effect song. Tom Landry foul season like Bill Belichick week 1 with UNC. Yeah, pretty bad. If you haven't seen that video, click the link above. Click that link above. One of my comments to the No Danny No game. Yes. That wasn't Landry who said that, yeah. That was like the unofficial end to the Cowboys dynasty. That was the moment where it was like, oh, you were kind of screwed. I love the harmonies are right away on this one. Harmonies are right away on this one. Yeah, but UNC is like 19 they're young. Yeah, but still. Starting quarterback. I did not hear that. Wait, I did not hear that. About the starting quarterback. Oh my goodness, I did not hear that. Some sites said 2 was 20th best quarterback. That's insane. No. Definitely not 20th. Definitely not 20th. Frats we give quasi-power to teenagers. It's why I never want to get into a frat. Never interested me in any way. In grade 10, I played intramural soccer at school in the tournament around robin. Nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. I sucked at soccer. Tom Landry, the Ghost of Cowboys Pass. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah, that game was an unmitigated disaster, Ellie. That game with Belichick last night was an unmitigated disaster on just about every single level. There was nothing good that came from that game for UNC. The only thing I think was good is that you learn that Lopez is not your guy. And you have to go to Johnson as your starting quarterback. Other than that, I mean, there was nothing. I mean, the first completion to a guy not named Ship was we're 2 hours into the game. Just 2 of the majority picks. I don't know if you're going to win that way, but you're going to get a pretty high percentile on that. It's also it's great. Oh my god, I love Hoover. I mean, from what I know, he looks very sharp in the pocket, like very very sharp in the pocket. The Coast of Cowboys future, Jerry Jones, forever. The movie's called The Program. I've never heard of that movie. Saw The Shining in theater. It was great. Yeah. Wish you could feel better. Oh man, sorry to hear that, David. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. That's C minor chord. The C major to C. Anytime you go from C major to C minor on a chord progression, I'm a sucker for that. That's one of the best chord progressions out there. Whew, that song, yeah. That song ended very quick, but that was the point. Seemed like you could have had like another minute on that one, but then just ends quick. I like that. Never heard the program. I've never heard the program. I've never heard of that movie. I've never heard of that one. UNC season over. I mean, theoretically, if they win every game out, they're gonna make the playoff. But I have no hope for them. I have no hope for UNC. No. I don't want to say the season's over because obviously one loss is not going to end it. But based on everything we saw last night, they are in some serious, serious trouble. It is not good. It is not good. Max Johnson is your guy? Yes. Yes, but he's a serious illness at the timeline. That's also true. Hopefully we get better as the season goes on. And then 6-6 is a failure. Yeah, you got to make a bowl game. You got to make a bowl game first year. If you don't make a bowl game, it's like, what was this all for? The lead scene shows the quarterback laying flat on the highway show was under pressure. Yeah, I can see why they deleted that. Grade 10 played my high school's intramural team. Team wanted to score goal before the tournament. I showed them what we're capable of doing was better than Chris Chan was basketball ball boy. I wasn't a ball boy. There you go. There you go. You were not a ball boy. You at least played. You at least played. And you see what it takes to get into the queue? Is LSU a 3 overrated? No. I think it's actually the perfect rating. I said LSU was going to jump up to... I said they're going to jump up to 3. And it sounds about right. Look, they got talent. Nussmeier is a phenomenal quarterback. And they went on the road and tough and Byron beat Clemson. I think that's the right rating for them. I pretty much nailed the top 10. I had FSU at 14. I pretty much nailed the top 10 in terms of... I said Ohio State was going to be 1, Penn State was going to be 2, LSU 3, Georgia 4, Miami 5, Oregon's... I had Texas, Oregon flip-flopped. I had Texas, Oregon flip-flop, but Oregon 6. I had Scar in the top 10. But surprised Notre Dame's still in the top 10. But 21. I'm not surprised they slipped that far. I had them at 18. I thought they were going to be 18, so I'm not surprised they slipped that far. What I love is that the coaches poll has BYU at 25 and Utah at 26 receiving votes. And the AP poll is Utah number 25 and BYU receiving votes at 26. I love that. Make the playoffs if they continue their weekly numbers? Absolutely. Oh, it's not even close. Not even close. If they do that, absolutely. Dale Bailey sliding the Derby team scored a goal. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You would say keep building around for 26, so let's do like 10 games. Yeah, it's at least 2 years. And then if not, it might be a bit interesting at that point. Might be a bit interesting. Yeah, but LSU, obviously, if they play like they did against Clemson, they're making the playoff with ease. Like, it's not even close, obviously. They're in the SEC. They can afford to have 3 losses. LSU can make it with 3 losses. And their schedule's not the worst. I mean, they're going to play Louisiana Tech. They'll win that game. Florida, they have 6 teams that are ranked right now. You go 500 against those, you're in the playoff. And one of them is Alabama, who right now, I don't trust him at all. Scooter a troll? Yes. Scooter. I actually don't think he is. I actually don't think Scooter is. I think that's actually who Scooter is. And based on what I've seen on Clickbait and everything, based on his videos, I mean, that is who he is. Based on his live streams, that is who he is. That's been his personality for a while. And then once won now with 3 losses, yep. LSU make the playoff? Yes. Is Clemson season over? No, not even close. Why would Clemson season be over? Yeah, if UNC lose to Charlotte, that would be oof. Yeah, why would Clemson season be over? They lost to one of the best teams in college football. It's not a conference loss. So there's still like nothing 0-0 in conference play. Obviously, they win the conference, they're in. Clemson's going to be fine. Clemson season's not even close to over. That loss meant probably nothing in the grand scheme of things for Clemson. That was one of those games that, considering how close it was, it can help you out if you win, but it can't really hurt you if you lose. Right, Scooter's your stereotypical delusional Cowboys fan. Yep. Absolutely. There's some of that one shit. The Dolphins fan? Asking you to Scooter do a Gator stream. He doesn't stream Gator games. He doesn't really stream a lot. I mean, from what I've seen with the streams, a lot of the time his Wi-Fi craps out. How's it going, Keith? Appreciate you coming up on the anniversary of my Arizona trip. That was fun to make it Tempe. Oh, man. Oh, man. Tempe's fun. But, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Keith. Appreciate you. What team season's over? I mean, after 1 week, no one. After 1 week, no one's season is, like, truly over. I mean, there are concerns for a lot of teams. That's different, but no one's season is truly over. Actually, I just want to say, you usually put 15 minutes on the clock for the OT. I did not put a lot, so I'm going to re-put 5 minutes on the clock for the OT period. Get a audio, video, ChatGPT, see what takes to get in. What happened to Clickbait? They still do it every Thursday night. You said the Cowboys, Magic, are going to win the championship. Yep. I think he genuinely believes it with the Cowboys and the Gators. I don't know if he believes it with the Magic. I don't know if he genuinely believes it with the Magic or not. Right, Bama again with 3 losses. They didn't last year. But depends who the losses are too. Depends on the rest of the field as well. Like Bama, Bama beats every unranked opponent and goes. They have 5 ranked opponents, so if they go 3-2, I mean they could. That's right. How's it worth it? Yes. I think it's gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft. For the tournament we played against our team, it's split into 4 teams. I was on Italy, and in 1 game I got 2 goals, played different white. Nice. Only gone 6 weeks off, yep. Well, the Gators, I did have them winning March Madness. We have a coaching change before week 9. Ooh, coaching change before week 9. I'm going to say yes on that. The Giants' schedule is brutal. Oh, song of the day. Yes, we do. Let me just make these 2 picks in my fantasy draft, and then we'll have a song of the day. Yeah, so I totally forgot to do that. So we have this thing on stream where for $25 or $50, I'll sing any song with a live band at karaoke, and I'll post it on Twitter. I'll show you what some of those sound like. So $50 for any of those songs. But we do have a song of the day, $25, and we spin the wheel to decide what that song is. And I have not spun the wheel yet. Better run stable in the SEC. That would be the Shaq IU an apology. I was not familiar with your game meme. But I will link that. I'll link that here. Someone had me do Shake It Off. Someone had me do Hit Me Baby One More Time. Like, you can do anything. $50, you can do anything you want me to. What colleges have to run the table in top 25? Well, that's a good question. So, Notre Dame, yes. Notre Dame has to. If they have a second loss, they're not making it. In the top 25, any other team that has to run the table? I would say no. I would say Notre Dame is the only team that has to run the table because they can't get in via conference play. They can't get in via conference play. That's the thing with them. All right, we're going to go with... Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm going to Travis Center. We got Jason here, no particular reason, Michigan. All right, all good, man. All good. If it has no requests attached, that's triple. So, I mean, no other team besides Notre Dame. Notre Dame has to run the table because their schedule's kind of crap, and they can't get in by winning a conference. So, they kind of have to do that. All right, let me just make this one pick in fantasy. This is a money league. This is a money league with one of my buddies from high school, who, oddly enough, was not a football fan in college, or in high school. Not a football fan at all. Like, did not know what football was. Came to Super Bowl party every year, but that was it. And now he is a big, big football fan. When drafting bench, do I take best player available? No, not really. When I go bench, I like going rookies. I like going with rookies on the bench. Primarily because with rookies, it's they don't have to start right away, but you could have them for the playoffs to be, like, phenomenal. All right, I'm torn between Flowers and Waddle or Ridley. No, we're going to go Flowers. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to go Flowers. I see Gamon with a 5. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want me? I'm guessing you want Michigan. I'm going to guess you want Michigan on that one. I appreciate you, man. Does that get you in front? It does. Gets you a top. And my dad became a Jaguars fan? Because I became a Jaguars fan. He just followed suit. Because I became a Jaguars fan. Yep, you want Michigan. Perfect. I don't know how many rookies I have in leagues I'm on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just draft rookies for the sake of drafting rookies, but if it's a tie. If it's a tie in terms of, okay, there are two players of equal value. Two players in equal value, I'm going to take the rookie. So, over on Marcus for dumb decisions, 2.5. 2.5. 5 for number because why not? All good. All good. I wish you well. I haven't watched the Cowboys talk yet, but you could see that Jerry fired Tom in a messed up way, and it showed him not respect. Jerry said it was a huge mistake. That's why people were mad about the way it was done. Yeah, no, like, the people that are mad about the way it was done, I get that. I completely get that. Because obviously there was a lot of controversy about that. But the people were upset that he got fired, like, in general. Like, he should have been coaching the Cowboys for life. I'm like, how? He didn't know where he was. He didn't know where he was. Once I was at an IBL baseball game and saw a family from Lansing, Michigan. They visited family. They were in the town and looked on what to do and went to a game. That's nice. Went to a game. Good for you, man. Good for you. I love going to games like in places for the first time that I've never been to. Like seeing new stadiums and environments. The Jackson, he looked sharp. He looked a lot better than I thought he was going to. Sean Heimer done the decision. We'll see. I'm thinking we're going to. Or Sirianni. I'm thinking Schottenheimer. Although I'm worried the game could be a bloodbath, where there wouldn't be really an opportunity for a dumb decision. Who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year? I'm going to go Genty. I'm going Genty for Offensive Rookie of the Year. We know he's going to get a lot of touches. I think Genty's going to get it. We're going to say Bama ULM. Yeah, right now it's... Obviously, you got 4 days on this one. This is a 4-day you make the call. So we're keeping this open for a long time. So we got this stream. Obviously, tomorrow we got Phillies Brewers. Thursday, we got the Chiefs, the Eagles, Cowboys. Friday's the Chiefs game. We'll do a Q&A overtime as well Thursday afternoon beforehand, before that game, because obviously I can't do overtime after the Thursday night game because of the karaoke thing, which, let's spin that wheel. Let's spin that wheel just to show you what we're dealing with here. And one person chat by word. Oh, that one's pretty easy. All right, so for those who don't know, again, $50, I'll sing any song on the karaoke list with a live band. Again, this is not my band. This is just the band that plays at the bar that has live band karaoke. You want to see get destroyed? I mean, if Bama plays like it did the other day, who knows? All right. So, not that. I don't know why it's doing that. I like USC, but Riley needs to prove he can win big games. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Lincoln Riley has not worked out the best. I think the Miller-Moss situation was handled pretty poorly last year. I think Moss can play. All right, let's spin this wheel. $25. The song that is half off for this stream and this stream only. For $25, we will do Tennessee Whiskey. All right. Tennessee Whiskey for $25. That's a bold pick for Gabriel, because that means Flacco has to get benched. So Tennessee Whiskey, $25. That's the song that is half off. How's it going, Keller? The next decision, it's going to be Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday. I didn't have time to get out today. Why no game tonight? Because I'm going to D-backs tonight. Going to the D-backs game. So I didn't want it to overrun. So it's half off with the West. I don't even know what that song would be. But yeah, Tennessee Whiskey is the song, half off. Yeah, dumb decision on JG9 coming out tomorrow. Wild Wendy is wild. If she goes to confession, someone has to blank the priest. Someone has to wash the priest? Yes, wash. Want some playoff games? That'd be cool. That'd be cool if you watch some playoff games. Playoff games are always a different atmosphere. Depends on that. Yeah, see what your favorite song. Tennessee Whiskey is a song that is $25 for karaoke. Pirates at 4 already. Jeez. So 25 for Tennessee Whiskey. 50 for any other song on that karaoke list. And again, any audio you want me to react to, any video, any chat GPT. You see what it takes to get in. A bar song. They do have a bar song on that one. Like if I'm picking a steak draft, I pick 2 guys in a row. I kind of like having pick number 2. I like having pick 2 because like you don't have to think. It's like Chase or Robinson. Whoever doesn't go first, you take the other guy. It's like an elite talent guaranteed, and then you go from there. So I kind of like that. I'm in a 10-team league right now. I have Chase, Higgins as my wideouts. Henderson and Hubbard as my backs. I got Travis Hunter, Zay Flowers, Brock Bowers. Bama's still ranked. Am I surprised with that? No. I said they were going to be like 18. So they're going to be 18 too, so yes. I said they're going to be 18. I'm not surprised they're ranked, because though you can't rank FSU high. What about College State Washington? I'm not sure I'm going to get to that, unfortunately. Not sure I'm going to be able to get to that. Hopefully I can. But you can't rank FSU high on the basis that they beat a good team. And then subsequently knock Bama out of the top 25. It's been a while since I went. Yes, because the last home stretch I was in Disney, and the stretch before that was my surgery. There you go, sports talk. 5 biggest Hall of Fame subs in no particular order. Holt, Wayne, Ward, Smith, Hennigan. Ooh. Okay, let me think about this one. Where's FSU ranked? 14. I called it. I called 14. Ooh. All right, so Torrey Holt, yeah. Reggie Wayne, yeah. Yeah, Steve Smith, I think, is very similar to Andre Johnson. So I don't know how you put Andre and not Steve Smith. It's Commissioner's birthday. That is true. Who are the worst weekends? God. Well, one of them didn't allow 48 points. So I don't know if I put Hines, Ward, and Hennigan. I would say Billy Howden. Billy Howden and... I'll go Billy Howden. And I might go Henry Ellard. Henry Ellard on that one. I cannot say the Maple. I cannot see that. Is Commissioner's birthday? We'll see what she celebrates. Yeah, 14 after one game. Yeah. I said they were going to be 14. I said they were going to be 14. The world's sleaziest country. The BJ and the blank is their favorite show. BJ and the prostitute is their favorite show. Worst dumb decision in Super Bowl history. Mike Holmgren's clock management at the end of the first half of Super Bowl 40 was pretty bad. Henry Quieter in alternate universe? Yes. Yeah. In alternate universe, absolutely there is. All right, now who do I draft here? Really sneak on ETN on that. I could get ETN later. go Kyler here? I think I gotta go Kyler. Peacock's going to pass to a 4 now. At least you could defend that. I didn't like the decision, but at least you could defend that. You know, Henning was very underrated. I completely agree Henning was underrated. I completely agree with you on that one. What reason made me love the Super Bowl besides the parties? Just the fanfare of it. Honestly, the halftime show, the commercials, just the fanfare of it. What team versus was one day after the 2014, 12. Wow. Kelly with a $5. And which game do you want to get you on the I'll get you on the call for it. Because I do not know which game you want on that. Appreciate you, man. Give me your top 25. Ooh, okay. Let me think about this one. Let me think. If I was voting. Let's see. Let me know which game you want. Get you the call for it. Imagine the average of the Cowboys play more in the USA after the national anthem during a weekend when there's military exercise. Yeah. I mean, well, we saw what the Ravens did in that. You have Ty Gutmana. Yes, you have. You have Ty Gutmana at the top. Leagues where you draft defense or defense players. I'd rather draft team defense. Well, Super 49, at least you could defend that. At least Super 49, you could defend that. At least that's a defensible decision. And the clock manager was not. James Sartorius sweatshirt. Oh, God. Appreciate you, Joe, with the 2. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you the call for it. Which game do you want, Joe? And which game do you want? You take Bama, right? I'll get you on Bama. Camera flash with Starvey Super Bowl? Yeah, I miss the nostalgia of that. It's the one thing that I miss about the smart, like, the old one. The old era. Yeah, but I think I was talking about that in a previous stream where I just, like, that's one of the things I do miss about Super Bowls back in the day. One of the things I do miss about that. And then let me think of the top 25. What would you sweatshirt? I appreciate you guys a ton coming in hot on this one. Let's everyone else get beat up with people in Philadelphia. You know, give them some propane and they'll be all good. Captain's the best safe in contest Eric Berry. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Who do I take now? Okay, well, now I'm going to go ETN. All right. So sweatshirt. And then which game do you want, Keller? I'll get you on the call for that one. Yeah, at least 49 you could at least do that. Or just find the wheel of an organization. Probably. At least Jordan Hudson knows that Belichick coaches at UNC and didn't go to like UNC landscaping. I've not seen a Kick of Hill yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. All right, here we go. Sweatshirt. And then top 25 ranking. And click to join the pick'em. Let me see. Let me link it again. God, this song is so bad. Okay, here's the pick'em group. Right, University of North Colorado is my UNC. Yes, not my UNC. God. The auto-tune is still bad on this. You want Michigan, alright, get you on the call for Michigan. That's a 15, because there was no request attached with that in terms of reacting to anything, so. ASU, ooh, okay. So every game already has donations on it. This is going to be a funny make the call. Every game's already got donations on it. Oh god, and then the offbeat, like, techno synth, whatever you want to call it. So bad. Alright, so my top 25, if I were to do it, I would have Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia. I mean, I agree with it. I agree with how it is right now in terms of the top 7. Top 7 is exactly how I would do it. Exactly how I would do it. The comments, yeah. Oh god. Ever keep this summons my alarm at 6 a.m. I start waking up at 5:30. Sweatshirt by Auto-Tune. Oh my god. This song is so bad. He clearly can't sing. And the girl in the video is, like, significantly older than he is. Significantly older. Alright. So much inside me. Alright, so I would have South Carolina at 8. Clemson at 9. I would go Florida 10, Illinois 11, Arizona State. No. Actually, hang on. Let me change that. Let me do this really quickly before I. I hate how catchy this song is, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, let me just make sure I have this right. Hang on. What happened the last time I showed? Yes. Let's whatever said it. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. A video of player versus really walk us with Barbie Girl. Yes, I would. How's it going? I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being on the Q&A Overtime stream. All right, let me just figure out this ranking. Hang on, how many teams do I have here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that's 21. 22. 23. Something about driving listening. A little bit, yeah. A little bit. It's a catchy song. It just sucks in so many ways. The vocals suck. The video sucks. His voice sucks. The lyrics suck. Let's make tonight next July 10th. Ooh. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. As a Jordan fan, I hope to see Batman Returns in 2007 and Lucy 11. That would be so funny. I think we're all rooting for that. I think everyone who is not a Bama fan is rooting for that. Just for sheer hilarity. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Let me figure this out here. 19. I need 3 more teams. Go with that. Go with that. And we'll go with... We'll go with that. All right. Here's it. Joe the Fire Appreciation Man. Get you on the mission game. Thank you, man. Packer fan parts to play this week? I think so. Haven't heard anything otherwise. I think so. And that gets Joe in front. So Joe's got the lead in XP right now. His song Tipsy. I like that song. I mean a bar song? I do like a bar song. Little gets upset with Little Greg won't wear a sweatshirt. Oh, Jesus. Let's go. All right, but to get to Keller's thing, the top 25, here's how I would rank it. Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, Texas, South Carolina, Clemson, Iowa State, Florida, Illinois, ASU, Notre Dame, FSU, Ole Miss, Michigan, Tennessee, Louisville, Utah, Oklahoma, Alabama, Tulane, BYU, South Florida. Oh, you want Bama? My bad. My bad on that one. My bad. Sorry about that. Hang on. Did I? Yeah, we got it right. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yo, it's tough to find college odds from back then because copyright's very strict with that. You know what I want. You know what I want. But yeah, that would be my ranking. Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, Texas, South Carolina, Clemson, Iowa State, Florida, Illinois, ASU, Notre Dame, FSU, Ole Miss, Michigan, Tennessee, Louisville, Utah, Oklahoma, Alabama, Tulane, BYU, South Florida. That would be my ranking. SMU is the first one out. I mean, the reaction's not good. I mean, the reaction was always going to be bad for that. Because the UXF playoffs, no. 2 banged up, 2 injured. Bullpen sucks. Starting pitching sucks. They're gonna finish with like 79 wins. They're not making it. They're not making it. Blank engine. Well, when was this a thing? Because Thomas the Tank Engine is my first thing, but obviously that's not going to be the winner. That's not going to be the winner. So I'm going to go car engine. If it was today, I go Thomas the Tank Engine. All right, let me get this to ChatGPT. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Again, this is a Q&A overtime stream. Any requests, audio, video, ChatGPT. We're going to be live for a baseball game tomorrow, Phillies, Brewers. Thursday, we're live for Eagles, Cowboys. Friday, we're live for the Chiefs, Chargers games. Saturday, live for 3 college games. You can help me decide the night game. We're doing the Cy-Hawk game at 12. Ole Miss, Kentucky at 3:30. All right, the lucky... Yeah, the Trevor Story home run. I don't even know how that was possible. I honestly don't even know how that was possible. I don't know how that Trevor Story home run was possible. 306-foot home run, grazing the pole. That is the luckiest home run ever. Like, that's one of those things we might never see again. That truly was one of those things we might never see. All right. Pesky pole, yep. Sure catch home run. I mean, yeah, it technically it went off the pole. It went off the pole. By the letter of the law, it's a home run. ISU at 8. I have no problem with ISU at 8. Oh, this was today? Oh, God. I didn't see the one today. Well, show the game to the YouTube. I'm not. Grossi is. I'm not allowed to show it. I'm not allowed to show the game. Let's go with... Tank. Art stand this month at British Car Show. Oh, wow. Good for you, man. Good for you. Now, baseball at 1 o'clock is going to Geneva Convention. Yes. After the no day and no play, next was with a 3 and out, but it flipped the field. Yeah. Yeah, that's one misconception. People think they scored right after that one. Rangers are red hot again. Yep. Right on the Mariners' tail. Right on the Mariners' tail. Every time I hear or see the phrase crash, I think of Britney Spears meltdown. Yep, me too. Me too. Harry said this box of cereal sold, and instead of snap, crackle, pop, it goes snap, crackle, and twist. Snap, crackle, wow. Casino table wheels on football fields. Do you get Texas-sized wins, though? Do you get your Texas-sized wins? At least? All right. Yeah, I'm okay with that ranking. I'm okay with that ranking. Ooh. At this point, we're going high potential. We're going to go Cam Scattaboo. Sam Crickle flop. I like that. Navy goes undefeated, wins Cincinnati. I mean, that'd be a great story. Be a great story. I don't think there are any folks out there like that do that. I don't think there's any folks out there. I see the Angry German Kid video where Ridgers well beyond playing Unreal Tournament to Service Keeper. I have not seen that video. Padres Mariners World Series. Who would win that one? I would have Padres in 6. Probably Montana 6 wins. A lot of land in Montana. Record that game. I have recorded the Scar game. Yes, I have recorded the Scar game. Yeah, but the CSU game. Hopefully, I can do it at some point. Hopefully, I can do it maybe Thursday. No one goes undefeated in college. This year playoff or not? I don't think it's a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. I would agree with that. Okay, clock's at 0, so $5 more gets in the queue at this point. So just keep that in mind. $5 more gets to in at this point. But we got this ChatGPT that we are going to get to. And again, every donation counts toward you make the call. Decide which game we're calling on Saturday night. Yeah, right now my team for this fantasy league, it's a 10-team league. I have Kyler Murray as my quarterback, Henderson and Hubbard at running back, Chase Higgins, wideouts, double down the Bengals, Bowers at tight end, Hunter at flex right now, at least. Flowers, ETN, Bigsby, Scatterbo on my bench. I still have 5 more picks to go. Here's the placements for each division. Well, winners, I've got Bills, Texans, Ravens, and Chiefs. No changes there. NFC, I'm going Eagles. I'm going to stick with the Vikings. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to trust Stafford. I'm going to trust him at this point. At film school, Weird Willie's assignment was to make animated shorts, so he put a blank in his BVDs. Put a blank in his BVDs. Put a... I got nothing on that one. Kelvin the Fiver, appreciate you, man. Doof throws Commissioner Stephanie a party and launches Perry on a rocket. We can do, we're going to be back together. All right. Appreciate you, man. Get you on the call for that. Right, has to stay healthy. Yep, that's the key. He has to stay healthy. All right. Right now, in terms of the XP, Keller is in front. So the $20 bonus for this stream would go toward that right now. I just want to keep that in mind. Obviously, this is a 40 make the call. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close all the way. All right. Let me get this in. Just make sure this works. A $25 song is Tennessee Whiskey. Now is the trouble with her to get hurt? Yeah, I think most teams are in trouble if their quarterback gets hurt. I think most teams would be in some serious trouble if their quarterback gets hurt. Yeah, the Noble Chris Repair the Padlock is coming. Absolutely on that one. Absolutely. Referees Schaefer's? Oh, crap. Yep. My condolences. Ever ashamed of things I like when I was younger? No, not really. Not really. I mean, there's some things where, like, how did I ever like it? But I don't really think ashamed of it. Yeah, Chargers. Yeah, it's going to be... Charger fans, look away now. It's a miracle I stayed healthy from last year. Yeah, it is. When you really think about it, it really is. I spent Josh Allen for being mean to the Dolphins. I would suspend like every player in the NFL for being mean to the Jaguars. All right. This works. We're going to start Commissioner Stephanie's. He's like Jar Jar Binks. Okay, that's embarrassing. Jar Jar has always been like the worst character to ever exist. Always just been the worst character of all time. Now, so if he's scheduled, yes. I think the only thing with the Niners is hopping back and forth between time zones. But other than that, like in terms of the schedule, the quality of the opponents, I mean, you got the AFC South, that's pretty easy. I would say yes. Josh Allen gets started in September. What's Buffalo's record? Like 7-10. Say 7 and 10 on that one. Okay, there's a run on kickers in this league right now. I'm not going to bite yet. Not biting just yet. Chargers can do all this, yes. God. Oh, one of the... Just insane. Just insane on that. Have we booked stuff for the draft? We don't even know where the draft is. I mean, we know it's in Pittsburgh, but we don't know where exactly in Pittsburgh it's going to be. So, nothing yet. Hopefully we get to go. Well, Cowboys, they could play anyone at this point. Their schedule's hard because they're not a good team. After the season, if Fallon's after the season, they're like a 5-win team. AFC West is the best division in terms of head coaching talent ever this year. You know, I would say yes. Reed's a Hall of Famer. Payton could be a Hall of Famer. Carroll could be a Hall of Famer. And Harbaugh, at the very least a college Hall of Famer, he could be a Hall of Famer at some point. Yeah, you might have 4 Hall of Fame coaches in that one. It's by the location stuff. It hasn't come out yet. Has not come out yet. Funnier character than we've ever seen before. Funny in a so bad is good way. On the bridge? I don't know where it's going to be. It's not going to be on the bridge. I know it's not going to be directly on the bridge. Yeah, Kershaw, I'm not sure he's got it anymore. If Allen has season injury, I mean, yeah, most teams would be pretty bad if their quarterback goes out for the season. I mean, there's not a lot of quarterback talent, relatively speaking. There's not a lot of quarterback talent. My John is more than Jim. That is true. That is true. To be fair, Jim's only coached 5 years. All right. Let me just make this pick really quickly. I'm going to go... Love is my backup quarterback. Meet me halfway. Held at Tree's house. Oh my god, that would be incredible. That would be amazing if it was held at Tree's house. I would laugh so hard. All right. Just making these 2 picks, and then we're going to do the ChatGPTs. Get a audio video ChatGPT. You see what it takes to get in the queue. $5 or more at this point. Cowboys best event go-to in 6. Yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch. Horrible AFC Championship. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. I could see it. Used to roleplay SpongeBob in 0405. I mean, SpongeBob was a great show. I mean, I love watching SpongeBob back in the day. I still love watching it. I still love watching SpongeBob. I could watch the old episodes. They still hold up, like, phenomenally. They still hold up so well. All right, we're going to go with J-Love. And then... I've got running back covered, right? How would you change the AFC to Allen season injury? I mean, the Bills are no longer going to be the favorite. The AFC East becomes wide open at that point. Yeah, Tree rides the user every time they make a pick. Well, he's going to do that anyways. He'll do that anyways. Kershaw, second lowest ERA since 1925 with 50-plus starts. The lowest is Skeens. Whew. Yeah, Skeens, I think, is going to win the Cy Young this year. I think Skeens wins the Cy Young. All right, we're going to go Colston Loveland. It's my backup tight end behind Bowers. Again, that's one of those rookie picks I do. It's like, you know what? Bowers my top tight end. Loveland, if he plays well, I could play him in the flex at some point, but don't need to do that just yet. So, like, people, it's his second start. It's his second start. Or no, his fourth start. Still. About Pittsburgh, yeah, for his own sake. The guy's got a .89 ERA this year in 3 starts. Okay, one outing that has not been the best so far. One outing that has not been the best so far. Okay. Now the Charlie Sox have ahead, man. Whereas his 4th, but still, a .89 ERA in his first 3 starts as a rookie. One bad outing against maybe the best team in baseball is it doesn't make him feeble. You're allowed to have bad starts. And that's just... He went 8 last... I mean, this is a .89 ERA. How about the Crabs and the Braves? Okay, how do you explain the Phillies? How do you explain the Phillies, where he went 8 shutout innings? Playing a real team... The Phillies! Play the Mariners! They're in the playoffs right now. Are the Phillies not a real team? What's your definition of a real team? What is your definition of a real team? If the Phillies are not a real team, The Mariners have 73 wins. Are they a real team? The Phils have 80. Are they a real team? They have the second best record. All right, let's do the ChatGPTs. It's not his fault. All right, let's do the ChatGPTs. We're going to start Commissioner Stephanie. And here we go. Effective immediately, every 7th inning stretch will now include mandatory Taylor Swift sing-along beginning with all too well the 10-minute version. Ma'am, the Yankees just set their stadium on fire. Good. Let it burn. Doof is now putting the finishing touches on the cake for Steph. Okay. So the commissioner of baseball, who also thinks she's Taylor Swift, hired me to throw her a birthday party that slaps harder than a Grammy snub. Naturally, I built the party in it all. And as the beast there is on stones, Barry the Platypus. Oh, I have some surprise for you, Barry the Platypus. You like scenery, right? You like looking at baseball parks. Well, behold, you're gonna get launched over Oracle Park like a birthday firework. You're welcome, baseball. Oh, don't be so upset, Barry the Platypus. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. Right? It's gonna exist a real team, technically speaking. Could it do well? No, they're too normal. The Kelseys are too normal. It would not work. Meanwhile, as thousands of fans are watching Taylor Swift, are watching Commissioner Stephanie with baseball. And now batting Ohtani. If he gets this reputation error trivia question right, he'll be allowed to swing. Meanwhile, above the sky, the countdown clock begins. The rocket is aimed directly over the stadium. Why is UNC suck so bad right now? Defensively, they lost all integrity defensively in terms of missing assignments, missing tackles. And then offensively, they have no quarterback. And they have no motion. Teachers who hate my essential SpongeBob? Not in my school. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Why is the cake blinking? Perry kicks the button mid-launch. He escapes midair. The rocket backfires, and it launches without Perry on it, but it launches toward the bullpen. Meanwhile, Commissioner Stephanie is addressing the nation on her birthday. Baseball is boring, but Swiftball, it's eternal. From now on, every home run will be followed by a dramatic monologue about a breakup. And if you boo the Astros, you get banned for life. I'm all about forgiveness now. I've changed. The rocket crashes into the bullpen, releasing the balloons that spell Happy Birthday Stephanie and also Taylor. Perry lands next to Doof, who is covered in cake. Don on Trailers USA. I have never seen that show. Oh, curse you, Barry the Platypus! Now I'm all sticky, but at least I didn't time travel this time accidentally. Commissioner Stephanie sits on her throne, realizing that this was a disaster. You know what? Next season, no more baseballs. Only glitter dodgeballs. It's the Swifty era now. Hey, how's it going, Cujo? Appreciate it tuning in on this OT stream. On El Cheapo Airlines, where you pay half fare, you get half a seat. Oh, man, that was good. Just a Doof launching the rocket, and it goes completely haywire. Same tale as always with that. Next up, Little Brown Bear. What else is January? Oh. You know how it's going to go. Yeah, I was like, I've never heard that show. But UNC's defense only allowed 34. Yep, they did. UNC's defense... You know, I think UNC looked very good yesterday. They were on the field offensively for 4 touchdowns. I think if you told the UNC fan beforehand, yeah, look, your offense is going to be on the field, your quarterback's going to be on the field for 4 touchdowns, they would have said, yeah, 100%. Didn't realize 2 of them were going to be the other team, but... God. The memes from last night were incredible. That was the funniest possible outcome. I do have to say, that was the funniest possible outcome. Having that happen. All right. Watch Little Bear, which is not like Little Bear. No, Little Bear's a good show. Little Bear, likable characters, good morals, good lessons. Little Brown Bear is the exact opposite. I'm going to start off in preschool. Here we go. Oh, little gray bear, I brought you my sweatshirt. It smells like me. You have to wear it. No thanks. But I brought it. I slept with it. It's my favorite. Now it's yours because I love you. And that means you have to wear it. I don't want it. Go away. But I said it's yours. At the coloring table now, Caillou, Leopard CW are making arts and crafts. He won't wear it. She hates me. That's not fair. I gave Rosie my truck once and she broke it and nobody cared about my feelings. You're all just jealous because my sweatshirt has rhinestones and glitter, and it's mine, so no one can have it. I'm making a trap for Tommy. He touched my cracker. I didn't say he could touch my cracker. Well, I didn't say Little Gray Bear could say no to my sweatshirts. Why does everyone say no to us? Sound like Caillou. Sound like Caillou. He was wanting a lot today on the feeds. He was wanting a lot. It was, oh man, they need to get him out of the house. Vince or Mickey, get him out. Get Vince or Mickey out. Let's make a no club. No one is allowed in unless they never say no. Can I trap people who say no? Yeah! Meanwhile, Little Brown Bear corners Little Gray Bear. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so if you've never been to a JG9 stream, we did one of these ChatGPTs where Little Brown Bear was upset the Falcons didn't make the playoffs because they're a bad team. And that was not allowed. They say violated the chat rules. Little Brown Bear is cornering Little Gray Bear. Brightline Jacksonville? Yeah, I think it's going to be all over Florida at some point. I think over Florida at some point it's going to be. They're going to go to Orlando first. They're going to figure out Orlando. Oh, no, they're already in Orlando. I think Jacksonville's the logical step. After that. All right, we're going to go with Shad White. And then we're going to go with Cam Little. Here we go. I'm very terrified about this. I'm terrified about this. Yeah, it's gone downhill since BB20. It's better than it... Well, I mean, BB22 was crap, but BB20 was the best. No, BB22 was the worst I made. BB22 was just complete crap. All right. Please just put it on for 1 second. 1. It's soft. It smells like maple syrup and me. That means it's the best smell ever. Please? No. Why do you hate me? I colored you a picture of us holding hands on a rainbow, and you don't even care. I'm playing house with the doll. Go away or you're the dog. I'm not a dog. I'm your special person. You have to like me. I want to be someone's special person. Rose won't even look at me anymore. Yeah, because you tried to kill her in that one episode of Caillou. I'm the queen and you're now all banned from my kingdom unless you give me candy and do a dance. I'm going to bite someone. I don't care who. Meanwhile, now everyone is just losing their minds as Little Gray Bear is ignoring everyone. Trying to, at least, as Little Brown Bear is just persistent. The animation Zoom had a lot of Canadian cartoons, but I did not hear that. I did not hear that. Yeah, Cody it was such a boring steamroll. It was so obvious. The first HOH decided everything. I think if Ian won the first HOH, it would have been a lot different. It would have been a lot different. Yeah, Franklin, Little Bear were good shows. Time for snack. If Little Gray Bear doesn't sit next to me, I'm throwing my juice. If I don't get the red cup, I'm going to scream. If there's not strawberry yogurt, I'm going home and taking it to school with me. I'm kicking them under the table. Somebody needs the last cracker. Little Gray Bear is just still stacking blocks. Be like, oh, God. I'm sitting with the doll. I'm not dealing with any of you people. So, Little Brown Bear corners Little Gray Bear. Yeah, that was also COVID season, yes. And there was so much pre-gaming before. Like, there were alliances built in before. It was just a crap season. I won my fantasy league, though, with that one. I mean, I drafted Cody in Memphis. I was like, this is just going to be a steamroll. But yeah, Little Brown Bear, absolute mess. Absolute mess. Absolute mess. Whew. God bless Little Brown Bear. All right, I have nothing left in the queue. We have nothing left in the queue. We're going to stay on for a little bit more. Still a little bit longer. Just because, why not? We'll stay on until 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll stay on until 8 o'clock no matter what. But $5 more gets in the queue at this point. $25 for Tennessee Whiskey at karaoke. $50 for any other song on the list. We'll stay on though for another 20 minutes because I have nowhere to be. So I figure, why the heck not? Stay with you guys, answer any of your questions, and we will go from there. Is it real life to a primetime special, The Nature of Her Songs? Yeah, she's an actress. I mean, she could easily do a primetime special. Easily. I mean, she probably couldn't do Juno. There's probably some songs she couldn't do, but like Please, Please, Please she could do. Espresso, Manchild. She could do a lot. House Tour she could do. Someone's being named? I have not. Because at least house tour is vague enough where it's about letting someone into your house and not like... Obviously, it's very much not. But at least it's vague enough that you can get away with it. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. You see what it takes to get into the queue. $5 or more. Mets retake the lead. Oh, boy. Well, stay on until like 8 o'clock Eastern. Again, every donation, $5 or more, will get you in the queue for any audio, video, ChatGPT, any simulations for $2. Arch Mangus with after one game. That's insane. It's his first start against a big school, and it was against the defending champion in maybe the toughest stadium to play in, with a defense that has a great secondary led by a safety that will not allow anything over the middle of the field, that will be the first defensive player taken off the board. It's insane. Like, the Arch Manning takes are nuts to me. He made some decent throws. Again, I'm not saying he's the guy. He obviously needs reps. He's not ready entirely just yet. He's not number one pick just yet, but it's insanity to me. Off the foul pole, oh boy. Crazy comeback for the Mets. Crazy comeback for the Mets. For 3 innings, they've come all the way back from their tiny deficit. And tomorrow we will have a new video on JG9. We'll have a video on JG8 dumb decisions from the Scar VT game. 2 second finally. Oh boy. Everyone's scoring right now. Everyone in the chat is scoring right now. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully D-Backs can do something tonight, because Lord Scurriel is out for a while with a torn ACL. So if this team need any more injury luck. Cornburn's out for 26. Martinez out for 26. Scurriel probably out for 26, or at least the first half of 26. Like, why is this that? Why is this a... Like, why are we so crap on injury luck? If you defend Arch, but criticize Shadir, your problem, when both are in different situations? Yes, Arch has been very humble, too. Arch has been extremely humble. Also, Arch's sample size so far is 1 game. Shadir's sample size is... It's a lot different. Again, Shadir had a large enough sample to get his number retired. That's a little bit different. There's a man for 2 years now. Holy cow. Worst hire ever. And which fire was the worst ever? I can't say 06 Marty. Worst hire ever. I don't want to say Urban, because at least we got the practice facility built. And I don't think that was going to happen with Urban. You need a hire that was so bad that nothing good came of it. Like, it derailed the team forever. They never got a good draft pick. They set the team back for years. Man. In terms of saying... I don't know on that. Petrino, yeah, but that was only 1 year. I'm also thinking Ditka with the Saints. Hugh Jackson's not a bad pick. I'm thinking Ditka with the Saints to some extent. Because not only was that a train wreck, but they lost so many picks because of that with the Rick Williams trade. And then the worst fire ever. Not counting Marty. The Niners letting go of Monty Clark in the 70s. Yeah, Lou Holtz, yeah, that's a good pick too. Giants future way better than the Jaguars. I do like a lot of the pieces on the Giants this year. Their front seven is stacked. Their front seven is stacked. Their front seven is stacked. Monty Clark should not have left the Niners in the mid-70s. I don't know what they were thinking about that. I've not seen the show Wednesday. I've not seen that one. Not seen that one. Vrabel was the worst fire. It's too early to tell, but yeah, it's... Tonnage with the Bucks? No, they won a Super Bowl the year after. Dungy wasn't getting him over the hump. Dungy was not getting him over the hump. Dungy, it was time to split. I can't say that's the worst fire ever because they won the Super Bowl the year after with Gruden. Vrabel, it's too early to tell if that's the worst. It's up there, though. It could be up there. It could be up there. Is Belichick cooked after that game? It's one game, but it's not looking pretty. They're cooked for this season, I think. I don't know about cooked in general, but they're cooked for this season. Because I thought they'd be fine defensively because they have a good defensive coordinator. Steve Belichick's a good DC, and Belichick is a defensive guru. But obviously, defensively, they look like they're crap. I mean, the average end field position was in the red zone for TCU. They could have scored more points if it wasn't for a tipped interception, and they were in a goal-to-go spot, and they took a knee at the very end. Like, TCU could have scored 60 if they wanted to. I couldn't believe what I watched yesterday. Not that they lost. Not that UNC lost. I wasn't shocked about that. It was how they lost. So I don't want to say Belichick is cooked, but this season they're cooked. This season they're cooked, I think. They have no quarterback. Unless Max Johnson plays better than... Well, play better than Lopez. It's impossible to play worse than Lopez. Frey Kitchens, yeah, that offense had no hope. Yeah. There was no motion. That offense, what was insane about them was there was no motion. There was no movement. There was no runs to the outside. There was no motion at all. Like, it was ridiculous to me. There was nothing. And what's crazy with that one, too, Kuja, with the TCU about to score another touchdown, but then they took a knee. TCU, their backups, UNC, their starters. UNC, the guys that were making the tackles, I say making the tackles in the loosest sense of the word, they were starters or rotational pieces. Like, I had called those names all game at various points, the guys making the tackles. So TCU's backups were moving the ball down the field with ease on UNC's starters by the end. And they were just running the ball the whole time, which is insanity to me. Speaking of insane, 2 hours with a completion and non-option offense. Yep, that's another thing, too. I don't know why you don't get him easy completions. Why do you not get Lopez easy completions, slants, screens? Why is everything 25 yards down the field? The guy doesn't have a good pocket presence. Why are we doing these these plays take 4 seconds to develop? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. But it was pretty funny. If you were not a UNC fan, it was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. If you were not a UNC fan, it was pretty funny. Right. Also, I just did a fantasy league. I just did a draft for money. It's the last league I'm doing. Just did one for money. 10-team league. Have the second pick. Want you rank it. I'm not seeing the show Wednesday. When do you rank it? This is my team. 10 teams. ESPN has me 4th out of 10. I like it. I have the number 2 pick. Robinson went first. So say double down on the Bengals wideouts. Chase and Higgins. UNC Charlotte next. They have to win that game. In terms of the schedule for UNC, in terms of the games that I think they should win, Charlotte, Richmond, UCF's not that good. Cal's not that good. Stanford's not that good. Like, they should win 4 out of 5 at least with those. The first storyline for scripted. Something's going to happen in Brazil with the Chiefs and the referees. I've never heard of the show Jacob Tutu. Frank Kids with the OC explains a lot. It does. It explains a lot about last night. The league is with a bunch of Bills fans. That's why I named my team that way. It's with a bunch of Bills fans, so I was like, let's do that. But yeah, this is my team for fantasy. I like it. I like it. So I got Bowers starting at tight end, Chase and Higgins at wide out. Running back, I've got guys that are going to get carries at least. I got Henderson, Hubbard. Man, I didn't take a run back the first 3 rounds. The board didn't play out the way I wanted it to with that, but I'm making up for a wide receiver. ETN, Bigsby, Scattaboo, White on the bench. Hunter, Flowers at receiver as well, so I could flex out between Hunter, Flowers, and ETN for that. Loveland at backup tight end. If he plays well, who knows. Patriots defense, I like them a lot. Cam Little, had to get him around 15. The fact he was still on the board, I'll take that. And Jordan Love was a backup quarterback with Kyler Murray. So I kind of like that. I like that team that I'm going with here. I like that team that I'm going with here. They haven't projected to win the first week. Sound San Diego NFL draft Thursday at 8. That is insane. Any draft that starts during a game is nuts. That is insane to me. What league in their right mind? So that means you can't do week 1. Week 1 is out the window. Why would you do a fantasy draft in the middle of an NFL regular season game? Now you can't. Now week 1's out of the picture. So week 1's a wash. That's going to set everything. It's wow. But I will say, my school in high school, our school district started in September. We started for Labor Day. And our sport marketing class, we did a fantasy draft. Sport marketing class, sport management class, we did a fantasy draft. So first day of school was like I think it was a Wednesday. First day was a Wednesday. And then we were all in teams for the fantasy draft. Thursday, Friday was the draft. This was 2013. So Thursday, the draft happens and we start week 2. So Thursday, we do the first day of the draft. Julius Thomas is not taking off the board because no one knows who he is. Peyton Manning throws 7 touchdowns. Thomas goes off. The very first pick the next day on Friday to start off that round is Julius Thomas. I'm like, yep. Bears lists 148 plus 148 odds against the Jags. How much will bet in Carolina? I usually go 50. I usually bet 50 on the other team. Depending on the day, I'll bet 50. Man, either I make money or my team wins. So yeah, I would say I bet about 50. I mean, it's going to be a close game. The Panthers are pretty banged up. I will say the Panthers are banged up. Coker's out. Thielen obviously got traded. Icky could be out. I mean, the offense might be pretty... The offense might not be the best for Carolina. But the question with the Jaguars is obviously, will Trevor make the mistakes? How will he move the ball? How will Travis Hunter play? Like, I don't know. I think on paper the Jaguars should win that game, especially at home. But it takes a lot for me to bet on the Jaguars. The name is Faxius. Cal is not a gimme. They just throttled an Oregon State team we think is decent out west. Yeah, I think they got to win 4 of those 5 to have any shot this year. Charlotte, Richmond, UCF, Cal, Stanford. Stanford should be a gimme. Stanford at home should be a gimme. Richmond should be a gimme. Charlotte should be a gimme. In theory. UCF's not that good. So you got to split UCF and Cal. That gets you 4. You're going to lose to Clemson. Then you got Virginia at home, Cuse on the road, who I'm not crazy about Cuse this year. Virginia, Cuse, Wake, who, I mean, they make Kennesaw look pretty good. Duke at home, and NC State on the road. They got to win 2 of those 5 to make a bowl game. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I got 5 and 7 for UNC. I got 5 and 7. Oh, man. I've never been to an F1 race. Great Scientific History Project on the 1997 F1 season. That sounds like a great project. Law and Order Toronto, Criminal Defense premiere on CW. There's a Law and Order Toronto? There's a Law and Order... I did not know that. How many Law and Orders are there? You said you just said the last week that they sucked. You literally were ranting on stream the entire time that UCF sucked. When they played their last game. You were literally ranting the entire time when they played Jacksonville State that they sucked. And that they're not going to win a game. They'll beat NC this week at least. That's insane to me, Allie. That's insane. I mean, anything for the queue? Any audio, video, ChatGPT? Law and Order. The town in the UK that I'm not allowed to say. That I can't say because I get demonetized. Those face camos at the end of the old videos where your eyes are darting all over the place? Yeah. Yo, that's why, like, I sort of... I don't want to say it disrupted the flow when I did those. I want to show off the studio, but now I stream so much that I showed off there regardless. But those videos were, like... I like doing it, but it was very time-consuming. Very time-consuming. So when you get to it, I'm going to the D-backs game. I'm going to the D-backs game. Tomorrow we're streaming the Phillies-Brewers game. Thursday, we are doing a Q&A overtime stream, and then we are doing college soccer at 9 o'clock Eastern time. There's no NFL game Thursday that I'm aware of, so we're doing a college soccer game. No, obviously Thursday night. Q&A overtime stream before, and then we're going to do, obviously, Cowboys-Eagles. So, and then Friday we're going to do the Chiefs-Chargers game, which, by the way, I should know. CSU watching screen record is not yet, but I can screen record during the D-backs game. That's not a problem. I can easily just screen record it while I'm at the D-backs game. What's D-backs game for Phillies Brewers? Yes, the D-backs game is a 12 o'clock game my time, and Phillies Brewers is about 5 o'clock my time. There you go, Mr. Evelyn. There you go. There you go. Yep. Yeah, it depends. It depends on. Yeah, it depends on how you do it. Like, I think for the AI video, I'm gonna do it. The AI video. Backgammon game, yes. Oh yeah, I told you I was gonna see backgammon. Not doing OT after Cowboys Eagles, no. So Thursday night. So just to give you a heads up, Thursday night games I will never do OT after. Thursday night games I do not do OT after. So my schedule on Thursday nights, I do the game, and then I head down to the bar for karaoke night, which is also where the karaoke song list comes in. The $25 for Tennessee Whiskey, $50 for any other song on the list. That's where that comes in. So that's the one time I get out of the apartment every week. It's the one time I get out. Get 3 hours outside of these confines, and it's those 3 hours. And sometimes I'll write the script on my phone while I'm at that bar. But yeah, Thursday night I never do OT after. So we're gonna do before. We're in for the D-backs. I get it with the Rangers on the tail. Yep. Green screen yourself to point stuff out. Yeah, I don't have a green screen. I was never gonna go green screens. I'm not like the most technologically savvy. You put Alexa video, it should be coming soon. But I should also know too with Friday night, obviously I can't show the game, Grossi can, but I should know with Grossi's stream, oddly enough, based on what I saw on GPS, that stream will not be archived. That stream is not going to be archived. So just keep that in mind with that. That Grossi stream, for that speed stream, same thing, the other two Spanish streamers, they're not going to be archived. So they're going to stream the games, and then after they stream the game, the stream gets privated. And it will not be available to the public. I don't know if they're going to put it on NFL Plus or something. Like they do some alternate broadcasts, they put them on NFL Plus. I don't know if they're going to do it with Grossi's. But also just keep in mind, like if you like Chad and Grossi's stream or whatnot, you want to see it like that, that it will be forgotten history when the time comes. When the game is done, that stream goes bye-bye. Yeah, that stream goes bye-bye. Hey, let me see if I pull up the clip. Yeah, so that's like if you like watching Grossi streams after the fact, like see his reaction to stuff, that's not gonna be a thing for this one. Like, I don't know how this one's gonna go. I honestly don't know how this one's gonna go. I'm playing Grossi. Well, I just want to like, because I know a lot of people are talking about the Grossi stream, so I figure you found the email toolbox. Oh Jesus. Can we do a dumb decision? Hopefully. My concern is that there's not going to be a game that, or it's going to be too much of a blowout. But also, too, the other thing, too, because, like, I know people are going to be watching Grossi's stream. I'm not stupid with that, because there's a lot of overlap with this audience. And everyone knows about the Grossi stream at this point. But the other thing, too, with Grossi's stream is I'll be live after the game, too. We're going to do overtime after the game on Friday, so if you do watch Grossi's stream, you know I'm right here after we're done. Johnster with a 10, I appreciate you, man. Coming in right as we're about to sign off. I appreciate you a ton, man. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you the call for it. Which game do you want? Fact or fiction? If the Bills won the divisional round game in the same fashion, no one would complain like they did in real life. I would say 100, I don't want to say 100% fact on that one. Or fiction. I don't want to say 100% fiction, because people didn't like the Chiefs at that point, obviously. I'm sorry, at the start. All right, I got you on the Mississippi State. Appreciate you, man. I think the complaints would be less, but I think part of why people were upset was because it was such a good game and they want both teams to touch the ball. But there were complaints when the Vikings couldn't touch it against the Saints. in 09. Even though people were rooting for the Saints to make it their first. So it wouldn't be as much of a complaint. Wouldn't be as much. Grossi just live streamed the game like he always does. But it wouldn't be as much of a complaint because I think people would want the Bills to win versus the Chiefs. But there would still be people complaining. There were people wanted the Saints to beat the Vikings in 09 before like the Bounty Gate stuff happened. People wanted the Saints to win for everything the city had been through, never made the Super Bowl before, all the heartbreak that their fan base had suffered over the years. And even despite that, people were upset about the fact that game the Vikings never got a chance to touch the ball. So I would say, yeah, I would say fiction on that. So we've also seen other playoff games where similar thing happened where the first team to touch it went down the field. And we didn't see as many complaints, like Seahawks-Packers, NFC Championship didn't see as many complaints. Steelers-Broncos didn't see as many complaints, but I think part of why we didn't for those versus Bills-Chiefs, not just because the Chiefs won, but I think part of it was also the fact that game was just that good. That game was just a shootout, and neither team looked like they were to stop anyone. Bills deserve extra love in a small market team that struggled historically. You know, they're a small market team, have struggled historically, made 4 more Super Bowls than I'll ever see in my life, but appreciate John Story. I should also note the song at karaoke for $25 is Tennessee Whiskey. $50 for obviously any song on the list, including Lose Control and Starships by Nicki Minaj. They don't have them on the list, but they added them. So stay on for a little bit longer, and then we'll sign off here. I appreciate all you guys tuned in on this one. Dolphins lost that way, no one would care. Oh, I don't know about that. If they lost that way in one of the greatest games ever played, everyone but Pats fans rooting for the Jags in 2017. I would assume so, seeing as one of my friends is a diehard Titans fan who hates the Jaguars' guts, and even he was rooting for the Jaguars. He hates the Jaguars. Hates their guts. And he was like, I'm rooting for you guys. You need to do this. No one's in a Canvas discussion post. Every discussion, I'll put it this way. I obviously lived a lot in my time in college and grad school and whatnot. I've learned a lot of stuff from lessons and from projects and all that. I've never learned anything from a Canvas discussion post. Never have I ever learned any information from someone typing something as like a response and me responding, I agree with you because this. I never learned anything like that. Was Miles Jack down? Oh, the age-old question. Yeah, pass 50 play role there, absolutely. Oh, was Miles Jack down? The age-old question that will haunt Jags fans till the end of time. So the rule in the NFL, the rule is that if you force a fumble, I would say no on that one, Mr. Evelyn. I would say no. If you force a fumble and you go down, that you are down. That is the rule. There's like the moment that you down by contact, you are down by contact because you've caused the fumble. Like you yank the ball from someone's arms, you get the ball in your possession at that point, and the arm by the running back brought you down. It was close. The worst call for me was the Boye pass interference. The worst call, the one people forget, was the Boye PI. That was a bad call. Miles Jack, obviously you play till the... Obviously they should not blow on the whistle. Obviously, I think in a spot like that, you play the whole way. I'm never in favor of blowing the whistle unless it's blatantly obvious. Because you can always go back and review it, but you can't retroactively award a touchdown. So I'm always in favor of that. Everyone Chase Stearns room for Philly last year? I would Philly last year in the Super Bowl? No. Some people hate the Eagles. Response can never applies for like lacking details. Again, you don't take it personally. Yeah, the PI call was always worse. The PI call was worse than the Miles Jack wasn't down. Because I think based on the letter of the law, he was technically down. Now, I've been inconsistent with ruling that. I've seen it sometimes where someone does that and then they get back up and they don't call it. I'm like, wait, but Miles Jack can see the exact same thing as Miles Jack. How can you not do that? But by the letter of the law, he was down. I hate it. That was not the reason the Jaguars lost that game. The reason the Jags lost that game was because 3rd and 18, and they stopped going to Corey Grant, and they didn't trust Bortles in the second half, even though he was playing his butt off. And a shank punt by Nortman. That's what cost him. I expected an Eagles win, but only in a blowout. Yeah, I said going in that if it's a blowout game, I'm going to take the Eagles. If it's close, I'm going to take the Chiefs. Every game was emotionally destroyed. Me too. Me too. I mean, it was odd, though, because it was like the whole game felt like a dream. Honestly, that whole game felt like a dream sequence. It didn't feel real. Director loving the Packers team as a Lions fan sucks for this week. Yeah, this week I might not play the Packers team this week. Love I would play, but Packers team I probably wouldn't play this week. Because that whole thing was, because obviously you were younger than me for that. So obviously like you knew some of the bad times, but like not all the bad times. And just to go from those 3 and 4 win seasons year after year to being like, oh my God, we are 10 minutes away from the Super Bowl. I'm like, we are 10 minutes away. Yeah, same thing with 45, 4.5 for Steelers perspective. Yep. Yeah, they blew the 10-point lead. Blew the 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. And there's nothing to say Tom Brady wouldn't march down the field. With the way he was playing, there's nothing to say that if they give the ball to Lynch and he scores with 30 seconds left, what was it, 28 seconds, 30 seconds, that Brady wouldn't go down the field and score a touchdown. They had timeouts in the middle of the field to work with. Obviously, they had Gostkowski, who's a phenomenal kicker. So, was I rooting for the Jaguars in that AFC Championship? No, I was not. No, I was rooting for the Patriots. No, I was not. At least we got the rematch in 20. Yes, at least we got a decent one. It was decent. The weather was not cooperative with that one. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, now imagine now we react the same way as that. Yeah, because like when you're 12, it's like you may be really experienced. I would say like really experienced 3 or 4 seasons. 3 or 4 seasons. So not a lot of seasons. Compared to me, it was like a decade straight of hurt. I was in college. I was in my junior year of college, and the last time I saw this team have a winning record was my final year of elementary school. So it felt like surreal that like this doesn't happen to us. It felt like this doesn't happen to us. Like it's almost like we are an NFL team. By the law, we are an NFL team. We're one of 32 NFL teams. But it doesn't feel like that. It's like we got Travis Hunter, or like we made the AFC Championship. We came back from 27. It's like this doesn't happen to us. Like we are not an NFL team. Like this is not. Like this is what people experience every year, or every other year. Like this is normal. This is what people think is normal. It's like, really? Like wow. Thoughts on Belichick's girlfriend visiting the sideline in game last night. That was nuts. That was nuts. That is like everything that Belichick is against. What did she do to him is the question. What did she do? Because Belichick would never in a million years ever allow that. If a player tried that, he'd be cut. If a player tried that, he would be cut. The fact that I did see that with Hudson on the sideline. That was insane. Man. A schedule being a kickoff game being a rematch again. Yes, I do. Because Oasis, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. Have a great time, man. I've heard nothing but good things about that concert. One of my best friends from college went last night. He said it was incredible. I'm surprised they're still going. I'm surprised they didn't break up. I thought for sure the tour would be canceled halfway through because of they're past with each other, but my God, I'm so jealous. But yeah, kickoff game rematch, I could see it. I think it would have to be a small market team making it where one of the teams has a question mark at quarterback, so you want to get the game out of the way. Well, I'll put it this way. Let's say I'll just say this is just a complete hypothetical example here. Complete hypothetical. Let me just double check on this. Okay, the Steelers play... Okay, the Steelers play the Panthers next year. Will Bill Constantine UCLA game? Oh, 100%. I'm not saying this will be the Super Bowl. I'm not saying this will be the matchup. If it is, I'll be flabbergasted. Let's say the Steelers and the Panthers are playing in Super Bowl 60. All right, let's say the Steelers and Panthers are playing Super Bowl 60. Aaron Rodgers retires after the season. You don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be in Pittsburgh. You don't know how good they're going to be the following year because quarterback's a giant question mark. Giant question mark at quarterback when Rodgers retires. And the Panthers, not a huge national fan base. So you get that game out of the way early on. Yeah, that's why Broncos play Panthers. Yep, because the Broncos, you know how good they were going to be because obviously Peyton Manning not there, Brock Osweiler not there, so Paxton Lynch or Simeon, whoever was going to be quarterback. Yeah, that's why. Because there was the risk that if you did Broncos Panthers as a game in like week 12, that it wouldn't mean a lot, and people wouldn't watch, even though it's a rematch because the Broncos might not be that good because of the quarterback situation, and the Panthers are a small market team that not a lot of people care about outside of Carolina. So that's why. Didn't choose Atlanta, say Carolina? Well, Atlanta's not a small market. Atlanta is not small market. Like, Atlanta's number 7. So, Charlotte is outside the top 20. Charlotte's in the bottom half of the NFL teams in terms of market size. Atlanta's a big market. People care about Cam? Yeah, they did care about Cam. We also have to remember, too, with the Panthers, yeah, they were 15-1 in 2015, but the year before they were below 500. Never back-to-back 500 seasons. Why did they do Falcons-Patriots for Week 1 opener? Because, well, there weren't any concerns with the Patriots. There weren't any concerns with New England for that. There were no concerns. The Patriots we knew were going to be good. The Falcons, they brought back, obviously, they had Matt Ryan at quarterback. We knew they were both going to be pretty good. Do the Steelers play the Falcons at home or in Atlanta? I don't know on that one. Steelers, Falcons, 26. Mark says there's nothing in the NFL. I think it depends. They would play, Steelers, Panthers would be in Pittsburgh. So we're shocked by what we saw last night. Yeah, the way the defense played, I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked defensively with what happened. I had it later in the season, yes. Found on my homepage with Whitlock saying UNC should write Belichick down after one game. I mean, Whitlock is just, man. Great Pittsburgh, Buffalo, KC all bombed here as far as the market says. I will say, it means less in the NFL than other leagues because of the cap and whatnot. Obviously, if you play well, you're going to get fans. But if you look at the most popular, I'll put it this way. If you are you can be bad. Okay, so if you're good, it doesn't matter what your market is. If you're good, you could have a small market and be totally fine. If you're bad, it matters. That's what it is. And that's the good thing about the NFL compared to other leagues. In other leagues, no one's going to care about, even the Diamondbacks when they made the World Series, no one really cared about them. So, if you're good, that's the good thing with the NFL. I will say, the NFL does a very good job with that compared to other leagues, where if you're good, different story. When I plan to end the stream, probably like 2 minutes, unless we get any donations. Cowboys get 0-4-25 games. They have to go 0-17. Even that, I don't think would be enough. Rich Kern Stacy for the Brazil game and destroying, which I'm very interested about in all the worst ways. It's like the Giants will always get attention. The Jets will always get attention no matter how bad they are. The Bears will always get attention no matter how bad they are. The Jaguars, if they suck, no one's paying attention. The Saints, if they suck, no one's paying attention. The Bills, if they suck, no one's paying attention. The Packers are different because they've been around for a century. The Packers have been around for a century. Texans, well, they also are the newest team. To be fair, the Texans are the newest team, and they've never made it to a conference championship. So that's part. It's more fluid in the NFL versus the other leagues. I will say that. It's more fluid in the other leagues, and that's why they always get the Saturday 4:30 game. You have Death Taxes and Saturday 4:30 Texans. First week of football for armchair coaches is most annoying. Half the players and coaches will be fired. The other half are going to win the Natty. Yep. I don't want to overreact to 1 week, but Alabama's going to 112. Bama's last time not ranked in the top 20 was the Bush administration. Holy crap. Well, no, if they suck this year, they would notice. Yes. No, right. We're talking like over a period of time. Obviously, 1 year, different story. Because you got the MVP at quarterback. But remember, they missed the playoffs for 17 straight years. How many games did they get in prime time? No one cared about them. From 2000 to 2016, they did not make the playoffs once. They were kind of an afterthought. Outside of the Ryan Fitzpatrick run for 1 month in 2010, did people really care about Buffalo? Right, people notice the Bills suck because obviously the expectations. I'm talking like over a long period of time. Should probably be fired. Yes. Yes. I was not crazy about his management last year at Virginia Tech. I think he got one. I think he's got 1 year too many. I think he should have been fired after last season. I know we just talked about half the coaches and players should be fired. This one's a little bit different. Pry has not done anything at BT. And I was not impressed at all last season with his coaching, especially in management skills, and this one. Right, with the entire... Wait. Not Clinton. Wait. The Bills? Wait. The Bills? No, Clinton. No, not Clinton. They made Super Bowls under Clinton. Bush, yes. Obama, yes. Not Clinton. Not Clinton. For executive stuff for constantly reserve at least one title. Yeah. Yeah. We'll say sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes that's the thing with sports. It's so funny because like Chiefs fans, I think a lot of people were happy when the Chiefs won their first. Obviously not everyone, but the Chiefs, I know people like they hadn't won a Super Bowl in 50. They hadn't made it in 50 years. Hadn't made it since before the merger. I mean, they had such a long drought. They never made it. They went like a quarter century without winning a playoff game. And all the heartbreaking losses, like in that stretch where they didn't win a playoff game. The Lynn Elliott game, the collapse against the Colts in 2013, and they win a Super Bowl. And everyone's happy for them. And now people are sick of them. Like, it's the thing with sports. Like the Patriots, too. Patriots were the team that, like, you had to be crazy to be a Patriots fan. And now people are like, they could lose every game, and I wouldn't care. They're like, I hate them. But the Dolphins don't want to playoff game since Clinton. Yes, that is true. They did finally make it the first year of the Trump administration. They did, 2017. Great for the Jags to walk around. It's so funny, that game. That game was so funny. Because I was never worried when the Bills were on offense. When we scored the touchdown with Ben Koyak on 4th down, went for on 4th down, got the touchdown in the back of the end zone, made it 10-3, I was never worried when we were on defense. I was like, this offense sucks. LaShawn McCoy is banged up. Taylor, I don't think is any good. Benjamin is a joke of a wide receiver. I mean, I called for OPI in the end zone. That was huge. I said, we're not going to allow anything else the rest of the game defensively. I'm worried about our offense. Like, I was sweating bullets when we were on offense. Because I was worried that Bortles was going to get sacked, turn the ball over, fumble, throw a pick. I was worried about Bortles that game. I was, like, if we punted, I was like, you know what, I want to take more time with the clock, but that's not the worst thing. I was terrified when we were on offense that game. Defensively, I was not. That's the only time I've ever felt that way. The only time I've ever felt that way, where when our offense took the field, I was praying to God we wouldn't screw it up. And defensively, I was not worried at all. Why are the Niners not hated like other NFL dynasties? I think because they never... No, we don't... No. Not hated like other dynasties. I think it was very easy to like Montana and Young. It was very easy to like them. Why was Bills Jags on Saturday 4:30? I was shocked by that. Yeah, I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. I assumed when we got the schedule it was going to be Saturday 4:30. I'm like, wait, what? We're playing like a Sunday 1 o'clock? Like, okay. I'll take that. Yeah, I think because, like, there was nothing about the Niners to really hate, besides the fact they won. Like, Like the Cowboys, Jerry Jones and the rah-rah and it's the flashiness of it. Patriots, I could see how Belichick puts people off. Obviously the scandals. Like, the other thing too, and the Chiefs with how closely playing the referees and like Mahomes and his family and Butker and you can even, if you don't like Taylor Swift, like, I think the thing with the Niners is not just that, it's not that they won, it's that they made it very obvious that they were going to win. Like, they blew teams out. Also, there was a struggle, too, with the Niners. Remember that with the Niners, there was the struggle in the 90s in terms of, can they get over the hump with the Cowboys? Like, you had overlapping dynasties to some extent, and that made it not seem like they were as dominant, even though they were. Chiefs were handled 57. I think like 55 people were, okay, this could be getting ugly. I think by Super Bowl 55, people were like, okay, maybe rooting for the Chiefs was a bad idea because maybe they could be winning for a while. Anytime anyone goes back to back, it starts to get hated. In terms of making it to the Super Bowl, anytime you go back to back, you're gonna get hated. All good again, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think that's why. With the Niners. Very easy to like Montana, very easy to like Young. How's it going, Bobby? How many wins do the Bengals get? 8. I don't trust their defense, so I don't think they make the playoffs. If New York, Chicago, and Washington don't exist. So if they play in the AFC, or just don't exist, I don't know if they win any more in the 80s. I don't know if they win any more in the 80s. Like, the players were, I don't want to say starting to tune out Bill Walsh, because obviously they won a Super Bowl the final year that Walsh was there, but it was very different. Like, you look at what players were saying when Seifert was there, his first year versus Walsh's final season, they're like, yeah, Walsh, like, we did not like that guy by the end. So I don't know if they win any more in the 80s. Now, the 90s, they win 1990. No, because the injury. No, they wouldn't win 90. But I think at the very least, they would, besides 1990, besides Super Bowl 25, I don't know about 90. I think 92. I think 27 and 28 they would win. I think 27 and 28 they would win. I don't know if I would go with Super Bowl 25, because Buffalo, it was 3 teams and then everyone else. We all knew that. It was New York, San Fran, Buffalo, and everyone else. I think the Bills would have won that one. 27 and 28, absolutely they would have won. Cowboys were in split divisions, 0-2 realignment. Oh, Niners-Cowboys would just be a bloodbath. That would be insane to have that twice a year. That would be insane. Hate the Bucs a little less time because I like Baker. Yeah, I like the redemption story there. And Mike Evans. You can't hate Mike Evans. I had nothing against Tampa, except they beat us all the time. Like, the last time we beat Tampa, it was 2011. It's been a while. And the Rams had a bigger final few weeks of the season. Yeah, that drive he led, knowing none of the playbook. Signed like 2 days before the game, knew none of the playbook, and led him down the field against the Rams. That was insane. I was like, how is he doing that? Yeah, I think the Niners were at least, I think 2 more. I think the... Oh, the 80s Niners. Okay, I misread the question. The 80s Niners. How many do the 80s Niners win? Yeah, the 80s Niners. Yeah, 89. I'm not going to go with 89 because again, I think Buffalo probably wins it. 83. I think they probably beat the Raiders. Yeah, I would say they win that one. I would say they win in 83. So I'll give them 1 more in the 80s, 2 in the 90s. The Scripters copied the ending from Saints Bucks put on Thursday Football. Yes, they did. Scripters are getting lazy. Scripters are getting very, very lazy. I'd love to see that. I get it. I get that completely. I can't imagine Niners, Cowboys, Seahawks in the mid-2010s. How insane that would have been. Why are people hating on Michigan and Oklahoma so much? I think it's because those are 2 teams that didn't show a lot last season. But obviously there's still 3 days left in the you make the call. If you make the call, it's still very early. It's very early in this to make the call. But I think in terms of why people are hating on Michigan and Oklahoma as a matchup, I think it's because game day's going to it. I think it's because game day is going to there. The alarm clock numbers, I don't know what they were thinking with that. The alarm clock numbers sucked. Thank God they went back to the ones they had in the 90s, in the 2000s. Thank God. Like, that was their best look. I'm glad they have it again. Loco Bruce, that color scheme is not a good look for the whole season. It's a throwback once or twice a year. I love it. I couldn't do it for the whole season. The best look they have is what they have in the 2000s. It's a unique color scheme, too, with the brown. It's a unique color scheme. It works. It shouldn't work, but it does. All right. On that note, I'm going to call it here, I think, because we've been on for about 2 hours at this point. So, again, click on the link up to watch today's video on Tom Landry. Click on the link to watch that. Cowboys running back 1 is Javonte Williams. The Broncos back. So they're in trouble. They're in trouble. If Williams is 1, you're in trouble. Dolphins and Colts flip south and east. My life will get a heck of a lot better not having to watch Peyton Manning for a decade. Also, Colts Patriots, I mean, that would have been Manning Brady every year, twice a year would have been insane. That would have been magic. That would have been magic. South Florida, I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that one. Downside quality for now. I thought it was feeble, though. I thought no one was feeble. All right, last call for any XP, last call for any donations. Otherwise, we're going to call it here. Again, tomorrow, new video on JG9 and JG8. Dumb decisions on JG8. New video on JG9. Not sure what it's going to be on yet, but I will let you know. And we are streaming the Phillies-Brewers game tomorrow. And assuming that is it, Keller was the leader in the clubhouse with XP, which means $20 going to ASU early on. But we got a lot. When's the video uploading for that? Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. So, appreciate all you guys tuning in. JG9 signing off. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for Phillies Brewers and for a couple of videos as well.